In order to have unity in your church, which we were talking about yesterday as one of the prerequisites for Pentecost, they were of one accord. In order to have unity, you must create community. You can't have unity without community. You can't have community without unity. You must have them both in order for your church to be healthy. If you'll take out your message notes on radical community, I want us to look at how do you build the spirit of unity in your church through small groups. Before I do that, let me just mention that I'm very excited about a new resource that's coming out, written by Steve Gladen. Steve Gladen is our pastor of spiritual maturity here, and he oversees our 5,000 small groups. He is, I think, the world's authority on small groups. He's an amazing guy. He has written a book called Small Groups with Purpose. It's coming out in about a month and a couple weeks. There's a flyer inside your program. And we want to do everything we can to help you build small groups into your church. If you want a church that lasts, that is stronger than simply just a weekend crowd, you must build a secondary structure into the system, which is the small groups. A church must grow larger and smaller at the same time. Larger through worship, smaller through small groups. Each of them are used for different purposes. Worship in the large group celebration, fellowship in the small group home or office. You cannot fellowship in a crowd. You can't fellowship in this crowd. You don't know most of the people in this crowd. Now, you don't have to know everybody in the church to feel like it's your church. If you did, the average church would have 67 people because that's what you can average know. You know about 67 people. You don't have to know everybody in the church to feel like it's your church, but you do have to know somebody, and somebody has to know when you're missing. And the 58 one another's of the Bible, love one another, care for one another, help one another, encourage one another, serve one another, share with one another, can only be done in a small group setting. When Jesus started his ministry, the very first thing he did is form a small group. He didn't try to serve on his own, minister on his own. He got 12 guys around him. He built the small group. When you get more than about 10 or 12 people in a group, somebody stops listening, and somebody stops talking, and somebody who's dominant tends to dominate the group. In small groups, small is better. 4 is better than 6. 6 is better than 8. 8 is better than 10. Literally, small is good. It's a good thing. And so you don't want to have small groups of 20 and 30 and 40 people. That's not a small group, that's a church. A small group is 4 people, 5 people, 3. Jesus said, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them.